This is Jose from Southern Life.
Here,
I'm here with my friend Dave.
Dave Soper from the Soper Factor.
The Soper Factor, man. We're somewhere in Sarasota. We just ran into each other randomly. As you guys know, I do my homeless camp interviews. And I think you're the first person to ever interview me, man.
And you know what? I'm glad to have the opportunity to do it because you're quite an interesting person. You know, usually I don't receive visitors very well out here. And then, well, you never know. It's a hard life sometimes.
Yeah.
But, this is Dave Soper, and I had this guy comes walking up to me. I'm trying to fix my porch, and he just has this cool little genuine little nature about him. And I'm curious. I asked him what his name was. Of course, it's Jose, right? So, anyways, Jose he's a YouTuber, and we kind of shared a little bit back and forth on that. And so I got some. I think some interesting stuff that's in his noggin that I think we should try to pick out of him, and got a story here that I really think I know I'm going to love to hear. So, Jose, can I ask you?
Yeah.
How long have you been into this YouTube thing?
Wow, dude, I started back in 2012.
Yeah.
Yeah, in 2012 I started YouTubing. Back then it was about pigeon racing, a whole hobby sport. Then I did. It was random. It wasn't like I was working for somebody and they asked me to record my work for them, put it on YouTube, but then it blew up and it got like 50,000 subscribers. That
Who
channel's called the Homing. Wow, I can't believe I forgot. Homing Pigeon Races. I got up to 50,000 subscribers. I interviewed the best people in that sport. I mean, I interviewed guys that were like legends in the sport. I killed it. I did everything there was to do, but the money wasn't right. I was making like $200 a month off that YouTube channel, which is good for me back then, 2012, because I was younger, high school dropout, but I needed something better. So I opened up 10 YouTube channels on 10 different topics. And this one was called Florida Hood Vlogs. I uploaded 6 videos on 6 topics, 6 videos to 10 channels. So I put up 60 videos on the internet on 10 different channels. One channel, the one we're on right now, Southern Life, that channel got more views than all the other channels.
Now, if I can I elaborate a little bit on Southern Life?
Yeah.
Now this is to me, the other ones, if it's half as good as what you got going on now, it's very fascinating. This one though, this has my attention. Now, from what I understand, you kind of follow around and get the real deal on what it's like, the camp life, the hardships, the street, the homeless experience, and then you give everybody, you show it for what it really is, the human side of it.
I mean, I show the human side, but I also say some hard truths, my brother.
The stuff that, man.
And people need to know these hard truths because I don't want people to end up out here if they can avoid it. So if I can tell somebody to stay clean, it helps them, brother.
Right.
It may not be something you want to hear all the time, but I care about people. And part of caring about people is if they're doing something that's bad, that's hurting them, tell them, hey, man, you got to do better.
So that's what drives you to. So what drives you really to do this is just it's that good old genuine. You just feel good about your love. You feel good about yourself at the end of the day. You know you're not being a douche or schmuck. You're actually out, and you probably have saved with a lot of people's lives by now. I'm pretty sure. All it takes is one sentence of one day to one right time.
Yeah, you said I'm left-handed.
Yeah,
and us left-handed people, we think differently.
Yeah.
So there's a creative nature about me. Ever since I was little, I wasn't popular in school. All the kids hated me.
Yeah, no cubicle.
But even among the kids, even though like a lot of kids hated me, a lot of kids like were attracted to me because I just had this. I've always had this personality.
You have like a gravity about you.
Yeah.
I'll give you that. I barely know you. I mean, I don't like that, but I don't know you though. But you do have sort of a natural, like
leader. It's a leader mentality, right? When I was a Jet too here in Florida. Thankfully, I never got caught up in anything bad. But I was a Jet. When I was a Jet, I ran a lot of people. Not because I was overpowering them, but they chose me to do that. And thankfully, I got in trouble. Wow. Somebody snitched, and after somebody snitched on me, I realized that you can't trust these kids on the streets. I cut ties.
So you could. Good on you. Good on you.
Streets, and I realized me and these kids we're doing all these bad things together, right? And you think they're your boys, they're gonna have your back. The first time you get jammed up, somebody snitches, it makes you really rethink what you're doing out there. So
that's a
you can use that energy.
This guy could have gone big bad bully too.
Yeah.
And he had that moment.
Yeah.
Man.
I lost my mom.
That's cool as shit.
When I was 14, my mom died. She got sick with cancer at 14, died at 16. I've been working since I was 13 years old, taking care of myself because my dad's had health problems. My mom died at 16. So even though I had parents growing up, it became where I lost my mom, and that's traumatic in itself. I know growing up as an orphan is difficult, probably more difficult. But when you have your parents and you lose them as a teenager, you just get filled with hate, man.
That's another one that we discussed in the other videos.
Yeah.
A lot of us have broken families. Divorce is always an issue. It's often an issue. Death is another. I mean, we are a rare. We're a different breed. Not everybody will understand us, and you know what? Frankly, I don't think we'd want them to.
Yeah.
So now, can I? Now, to do what you do, you've had to do quite a bit of like traveling to like get up and to go. I mean, you can't just stay in the same city, obviously. There's only how many campgrounds. So you've got a pretty diverse kind of a background on the whole. So how far have you gone? How many people? How many different?
I've been in 37 states.
37 states.
Now, interviewing people one-on-one, I've done it in Kentucky and Texas.
All right.
When I travel too far away, it becomes like, I went to California and I recorded Skid Row in Los Angeles. I walked around the Tenderloin in San Francisco. You know the Tenderloin you see on TV?
You know what?
Yeah.
Nicole's like, yeah, my girl's from there, so yeah, I do know that.
I walked the Tenderloin, but when I get like that far away, it's difficult to be like I do here in Florida, because here in Florida, I'm from here. I know the politics of the streets. I know how to move.
You're home, dog.
Yeah.
You're home.
But when I go to like California, they politic differently. So I
Sure.
might go and try to interview somebody at a homeless camp, but if they got like somebody running that stuff, you might be in a world of trouble.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
When you travel too far from home, you got to step
It's like almost like a culture shock. Yeah, yeah.
Because I'll be honest, what enables me to do the videos in Florida is that I'm from here. I know the cities, I know the people, I know the schools I went to. You know all the street politics, and that helps you be able, when you meet people, to check out. You got to check out properly.
Sure.
You know?
And you got to really, yeah, because you never really know what you might walk into. So you got, yeah, I mean, you must really love what you do, brother. Like, you got to have some heart to walk in there, because some of it, so you never know.
Every single day when I do these camp interviews, I risk my life.
I hate to admit it, but you're absolutely right, because you don't know who's actually dope sick with a gun, or who you don't know.
And I've had people where when I meet them,
most of the time we're not like that. Like, we're all pretty laid back.
Yeah, I got people on my YouTube channel that today are friends with me. We stay in touch. We interview each other all the time. But when we first met, I was staring down the barrel of a gun, or a shotgun, or a knife, or something, because these places out here are dangerous. These encampments are dangerous, but I feel like I'm risking my life for it. But I feel like when you get on Interstate 75 at 5 in the morning and it's raining,
which is right there, literally.
You can hear
I can hear the cars right there. Yep.
All those people, they're going to their office jobs, right? They're driving at 5 in the morning. It starts to rain. They get into an accident and they'll die on the interstate. So going to your nice, safe office is dangerous too. So, but I tell you, like today when I started the day off today, I was so scared. I was exploring the woods all around Sarasota. I'm going to places where, man, I'm half a mile from the road. I don't know if the guy that's back here
alone too, or
what if homie's got a warrant?
Yeah.
What if homie's hiding in the woods because he killed somebody in New York? And now I'm coming up with a camera. Bro, it's terrible.
Yeah, all of a sudden they don't know friend from, they're just like, whoa, hey guy.
Catch somebody on a bad message.
Yeah.
Paranoid.
Oh my, your shadow people everywhere, and then that's it.
Yeah.
So that's really, I mean, and I like that, like you, now you have a way of, to appeal to your crowd. So you interview, you take guys like me, or not, I'd like to think of myself as special case, but like short but special, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyways, you like to take people and interview them, and then in order to give them a sense of purpose and also compensate them for their time, you've got a pretty nifty little thing going on where you actually offer, like with me today, you bought me supplies and stuff.
Man, we invest money, bro. I got my whole entire day.
Tell me about that.
Figure if I go drive Uber today, I can make $80 or $100, and I don't have to. You do risk your life, but not to the same degree.
Sure, you okay?
I got less, but I know I invested because the way I feel is like I want to come to you and I want you to give me 100% of what you got. I don't want to come up in here and get a half-hearted interview, some BS story. Like when I first started doing my homeless interviews, they sucked because the people weren't genuine. So I want people to come out,
Give some incentive.
give me the real deal. And I do take care of my audience. A lot of people don't realize I don't like to talk about it too much on YouTube, but I pay people for my interviews. I look out for people. I help people, and it makes me feel good to help people. Because
It's a double win.
Me, bro. I finished high school. I finished high school in Bradenton at Manatee Technical College last year. I got kicked out in the 9th grade. See my teeth?
Yep. I
ain't had a lot going for me, but I grabbed all the odds were stacked against me growing up. But despite the fact all these odds were stacked against me, from my mom dying, getting kicked out in the 9th grade, getting trespassed from every building in the whole neighborhood that I lived in.
Yeah.
All the odds said Jet Camp prison. But today, I'm out here helping other people. But that was a journey. It took a lot of humility. It took a lot of work. My family's Spanish, and they taught me work. My brothers have their own landscape companies, construction companies. So my family taught me how to work. And I was 16 years old. I wouldn't go to school, and my brothers would take me and say, if you're not gonna go to school, you're gonna go work. And they taught me from a young age to be a hustler, to be a worker, to go out there and get it. So that work ethic carries on in my YouTube today. As you've seen today, it's hot out here. We're walking through the woods. We're going doing stuff. Now when I get home tonight, I gotta go and edit these videos. So there's a work ethic involved in my personality.
Definitely a discipline earned over time. Yes.
Because without discipline, you don't have anything. You know what I mean?
Remember that. Without discipline, you don't have anything.
You said
I agree.
You've been with your girl for about 10 years, you said?
Wow, has it been that long? Yeah, about 10 years.
Okay, you got something special. Look at me. You see that girl in the car with me in the truck? My wife, we've been together 16 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so you know.
When you spend that many years with somebody, the other person might have, like my wife, she's got her disability because of her weight. She's got her challenges every day. She's got, you know, she deals with a lot of like personal health issues, mental health issues, maybe some trauma and all these things she deals with. But she's in that truck with me right now, risking her life by my side. So you got something special because you got somebody you've been with that long.
Well, I think we both got lucky. Down to ride or die, man.
Yeah.
But you know, you gotta love them, take care of them back,
and
or at
the
least
more
I
you
do best
forgive, the more you love. And in 10 years or 15 years in my case, she's had to forgive me a lot. I've had to forgive her a lot. And when you have somebody, you talked about how broken families lead to homelessness. Well, when you stick together, it leads to success.
And potentially another family.
Right.
Yeah.
And now your family, it might be difficult, but that's you. That's what you started. That's what you worked for, what you fought for.
So I want to now. Can you give me? I don't know if you can do this or not. Can you give me a little future insight? What is the plan for Southern Life? I mean, where does it? I mean, I'm foreseeing. I can tell you got some gears turning there. Like, where is it? I mean, what's the actual? Is it just develop and enrich, and you get everybody becomes like linked together? I don't know. Like,
I make a lot of money.
Just where do you want to see yourself in 5 years?
I got the nice apartment in Sarasota. I got the nice truck, but I live month to month now because I sold my house that was paid off in Naples, and I invested all that money to travel.
Sacrifice.
Right, and risk. I bought a house in Alabama, sold it. And I invested all that money in travel. We went to 37 states, California, Colorado. We did all that. Now the money that's coming back from the travel videos, I'm reinvesting it into the homeless videos. So,
hear that, listeners? Road trip included. You just got to invest everything.
Real estate, right? Now that real estate, when I bought it, was $47,000, right? But I fixed up the trailer, and I sold it for $100,000. Then I bought a house for $65,000. Used the money I had left over to fix it, and I sold out for $138,000 in Alabama. When I sold the house in Alabama, I grabbed the $138,000 and I invested most of it into YouTube. Traveling, we went to all New York, Canada, California. We traveled all across America. Now the money that's coming back from that, I'm flipping it into the homeless interviews.
That is the coolest part right there, too, man. Yeah, and it's all fun. It sounds like, I mean, I don't know, because I personally haven't found it for me yet. Yeah. It sounds like you might have just found your glit, you know, in life. Like, I mean, the saying goes, if you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life.
Yeah, well, I work every day though.
But I
enjoy it.
You enjoy what you're doing.
You know, and unfortunately, I still got to pay an apartment in Lake Sarasota. It's expensive here. I still got to pay a car note, so I have to Uber drive sometimes. But as I'm Uber driving, like I found your spot Uber driving.
Mm-hmm.
So as I'm Uber driving, I'm doing this little gig to make some extra money to pay the bills. But as I'm doing it, my eyes are open. I'm looking out. I saw the entrance to your trail in the woods, so I said, "Oh, boom! I remember it there now."
Personal note to Soper Factor: check perimeters for security.
Yeah. But the point being,
should have been that easy to find.
The point being,
trained eye.
Like right now, let's say you go work for an electrical company, right? You're working for this electrical company. Now you might be in downtown Sarasota. You might be in
yeah.
As you're doing your day-to-day hustle,
exposure
in the back of your mind, you got some business cards in the back pocket for you, or you're talking to people, linking up. Take advantage of. You might like me. Uber driving seems like almost like a piece of crap job. Like it's like a McDonald's worker type of job. But bro, when I'm doing my Uber driving, I'm talking to people, I'm meeting people.
You never know who.
You never know what could happen, and you got to put yourself out there. You know.
That's a good line for the day. You got to put yourself out there. Life ain't gonna make itself. You're gonna have to get up, and you're gonna have to go get it. Yeah, and beautiful things can happen if your heart's in the right place. Anyways, let's wrap this one up. And but anyways, this is my boy Jose here, Southern Life. Look, I'm gonna put a link up on the Factor page. Yep. I highly recommend we follow this guy, man. Some of us may not be leaving home, but he sure is. Maybe we could vicariously roll with this guy.
Yeah,
see ya.
Yeah.